guys, and welcome back. My name is Ellington, and here we are with another epic replay from Total War Rome 2, and today we are on the daunting settlement of Delminium. Delminium is a settlement you do not see very often because it is typically considered a bit OP for the defenders, as you can see from this massive keep in the center. And the victory point, is inside of the keep. And today we have got ourselves a 3 versus 3, and this one is being played by pretty much everybody from, all of these people are from the Dragon Core Discord, and I hear that it is very, very good. Just about every single one of these players came to me and said, dude, check this video out. Alright, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the players. So for the defenders, we can start with them. We have got ourselves Aravaki being commanded by Mexi. We have got Parthia being commanded by Saturate. And we have B-Man, who is playing Chimeria. So both Mexi and Saturate are actually Patreon members of mine, as well as just, pretty avid supporters. They've been really, really awesome. And then for the attackers, and B's been really cool too. Don't forget him. For the attack, God, that sounds really dickish. I'm so sorry, B. For the attackers, we've got our Bernie being commanded by Pozgwin, another one of my Patreon members, actually. Then Egypt here is being commanded by Dagger. Finally, for the attackers, we have got our Macedon. Wow. Macedon being commanded by another Patreon member, DBK. So, like I said, we've heard that this one is a really cool one, so I'm excited to just go ahead and get right into this. Go and hit, play here. All the way over on this side, we do actually have some Egyptian infantry here from Egypt here, obviously. And they actually, so one of the attackers, the Arverni, I assume, used their Gallic hunters to deploy their siege equipment up here, which is going to allow them to basically shoot the tortoises, but the ballistas on the walls. But it also means that they actually are going to have to, run all the way up to get to their siege equipment. Now, I'm assuming Egypt has got to be hiding somewhere. He could be hiding his stuff over in this forest here, but I think it's a little more likely that he's probably over here, to be honest with you. We've got a Greek giant ballista here from Macedon. Any more artillery? Doesn't look like it. For the defenders, we've got Scythian hoplites. A lot of Scythian hoplites for their price are really good. Chimerian noble infantry is pretty good as well. Young axes. They don't look very young. I mean, they beards, they look pretty average aged. Chimerian heavy archers, which are very, very good. They are probably the best archer in the game. Oh, look over here. So we actually have Cav out here. We've got Steppe Lancers from Chimeria, and then we've got mercenary Sarmatian Lancers from Parthia. Gonna come over and cause some hell for the Egyptian infantry here. If anything, what they're mainly gonna do is knock these guys off of their equipment. But it looks like, so pretty good idea here, going for a tortoise here and a tortoise here. It's going to make it where the defenders have to kind of defend either way, which should allow some really good back shots. It actually makes me think, I really think Egypt's army is probably right over here. Arverni pushing up, got a bunch of Celtic warriors, chosen swords, oathsworn, pretty typical stuff. He actually brought a spear noble general. Probably saved himself a little money there, to be honest with you. We got Egyptian infantry. Oh, look at this. Aravaki came out against the militia hoplites here. That's kind of the thing. When you're going to push up your equipment, you need your army to be close by to support those units. Otherwise, the defenders can literally just send something out and slaughter the unit on it. So, these two Scutari really just got a free kill there. And Macedon really isn't doing much about it. And actually, they're going to keep going. So apparently Aravaki wants this other unit too. See, the Greek giant ballista I don't believe is firing yet. Something I don't see is artillery for the defenders. So the two of them put them on the keep, and then one put theirs all the way over here. I'm not 100% sure why they put it over there, but it is. But these Skutari are coming out here, and they're going to take out this other militia hoplite. But now they're probably going to get themselves surrounded because Macedon here did drop a couple of his siege equipment. So, I mean, it looks like he's going to engage with a couple thorax swords. So honestly, I think that these Skutari are probably going to die here. I don't think they make it out of this engagement, to be honest with you. They're going to get some kills. They got 79 kills and 82 kills. They have broken a few units, but I don't see them getting back into the city. So I think these are kind of basically you're going out and you're not coming back. Sarmatian Lancers still just being hell on these Egyptian infantry over here. 226 kills, 139 kills. The Steppe Lancers still over there, haven't really done anything. But look at the slaughter here. And they've only lost, 25 men and none. So they have really done a number on those units. And really, in the end, it's not the fact that they lost some... Oh, you know what? They are going to get back in the city because look at this. There's a breach in the wall. Man, I'm an idiot. Duh, they can get back in the city. I was thinking of the gate, but there's a freaking hole in the wall right there. They did lose one here, did get 107 kills, but they're going to get back 77 kills, 125 kills, and this one's fresh, so. Over here, it's still unengaged. If Egypt is over here, they're probably going to be discovered here in a moment as the Sarmatian Lancers get closer to the forest. I think it's a smart idea for Parthia. Is going to keep the healthy unit back and send the hurt one forward. This one's a 55 men. This one still has a full... Well, I guess he's 79 now. But if one gets damaged, I think they'd rather it was this one here. On the front end, looks like Arverni's starting to get a little closer, and so is Macedon. Still waiting to see some of the rest of their troops. Macedon's got a ton of thorax swords up there. The mercenary Thracian warriors back here, but I bet his army is probably right here. The rest of his. Arverni, I think this is all of Arverni. And we got 2 units that are inside now. But you know what? Here's an issue. They have 3 units, well, 2 and 1 Egyptian. So they have 3 units in the walls here, but the rest of their army is really far back. I think at this point you should really be thinking about getting these troops into the city. Probably not quite yet, but you should at least be moving them forward. Because in reality, what's going to happen here is these guys are going to eventually get just focused down. Scythian hoplites are going to charge into the Celtic warriors. Probably a good idea, just for the fact that they are going to stop the Pelith from being thrown. Then we get some of those arrows flying in. And I think, I wouldn't shoot at the Egyptian infantry just like what they're doing. It's probably a waste of ammunition there. So get more... Okay, you should be taking that. Okay, so they are taking it, which is good. I'm not sure how they're taking it, because, this guy's not even in the circle, but they took it. So, but... Okay, so no, they stopped taking it. Sorry. They were not officially in the circle, so now they are officially in the circle, and they should stop the towers from shooting them, because those gates are getting a little painful, I'd say. I don't think they found anything over here, so I guess the Egyptian army is not in that forest. Kind of interesting. I think he's going to let his cav kind of relax a little bit. Still got the Steppe Lancers over here. It's a cheap, pretty effective cav. They're nice and fast. You just got to be real careful because they're not going to get, they're not going to stand a whole long time. Parthian swords are going to take the place of the Scythian hoplites. Look at how much damage was done to the hoplites while they were standing still. But the Celtic warriors are probably going to die here to these Parthian swords. Parthian swords are a pretty solid unit. I don't think they're going to blow you away every single time, but they tend to do what they need to do, which is kill, I guess. Look at those shields, those purple shields. They have Celtic warriors running away. But over here, got more Parthian swords versus the Egyptian infantry. Yeah, the Egyptian infantry is just getting slaughtered there, just like the Celtic warrior did. And I think that's a good idea. Parthia not, pursuing forward, just staying back and saying, all right, I'm going to take my place again. All right, there. Okay, so Egypt was there. Maybe I just missed the cavalry seeing them. I don't think there's any way that Cav didn't see them. They got pretty close. A lot of Cretan archers, Galatian Royal Guard, what, 2 of them? Egyptian pikes, which are not a great pike, but looking at the defenders, they don't really need a super good pike for this. The defenders don't have any pikes, so even just a standard, cheap pike can do pretty solid for you. All right, so they actually pursued forward into the Egyptian infantry, which I think, okay, so it's a new unit. But a new unit that's now taken quite a bit of casualty. Oh man, look at that Pila volley as they ran. Celtic warriors going to countercharge into the Parthian swords now. Chimeria just kind of sitting here taking its time. Chimeria just needs to hold the flank, hold the choke point. That's really all they need to do. So this area here, basically the defenders just chopped that off. I don't think it's a bad idea. If you can't hold this, then don't. They basically what would have happened if they had held in this area here, the defenders would have been able to basically get a lot of different arch angles on their defenses. So I think it's a good idea to just, instead of, holding here and then here and here, just falling this back and making one kind of consistent line of defense, which is basically going to help prevent the attackers from getting in and getting really good side shots on different defensive positions, which is really what you want to avoid. All right, look at this. The steppe lancers are coming in, getting ready to get involved. Parthian Sarmatians went back to the back, but I think the Sarmatians are going to, the steppe lancers, I think they're trying to come in and, cause some issues. Oh, this is awkward. What is going on here? So 93%, but now the tortoise is turning around, and the thorax sword is just getting annihilated from the back here. Parthian foot archers shooting right over the wall, right into their backs. Just because that tortoise seems to be going a little goofy and not doing exactly what Egypt wants it to do, it's really exposing the troops that are carrying it. All right, the Parthian swords here are kind of starting to lose their men. They've taken a bit of, losses from attrition here. More and more units come in. Unfortunately, the more and more losses you take. They're coming in. We got Scutari going to come take their spot. It's a pretty perfectly healthy Scutari unit. Look how many kills. Look, 29 kills now. Back this way, more Parthian swords, some more Scythian hoplites. That thorax sword just got annihilated. Steppe lancers came in and smacked into this thorax sword and did not do a whole lot to it. Hey, that thorax sword just got smacked by archer fire. Cretan archers still over here. They were taking some shots over at the cavalry. There's a pretty solid spot to get in here. Macedon is taking his time. I think that is the right move to make. Letting Egypt and Arverni kind of get a little pressure while he himself kind of slows down. Take it easy. But they do need to be careful because Aravaki's got some of his Iberian slingers getting up here. That's going to make it really difficult to keep these Cretan archers up here. Oh, nice artillery shots, man. Where's he already at now? 99 kills. 99 kills, but Cimmeria is not one. I don't know. That was bad. That's what you guys come here for, is the bad lyric jokes and the awesome puns, right? Screw the battles. You came for the puns, the punny jokes. Chosen swords for Arverni are now in. Like that awkward transition from trying to make a joke to, all right, back to the battle, guys. All right, Egypt is actually pulling his stuff back. I think that's probably a good idea. I don't know how... Okay, so this is considered forest here. I was gonna say, I don't know how these thorax swords were hidden, but I guess this is technically forest. So they were hiding in it. That's a pretty big swath of land right there that is considered forest. Holy crap. Look at this. It's basically this whole area is all considered forest.
As you say.
They're just abandoning this. I don't think that's a bad idea, to be honest with you. Consolidate your forces, make a good concerted push. They've already lost probably more than they wanted to in that spot to not even get a hole in the wall. That's rough. That's painful, guys. Artie still coming in, shelling the back lines. Look at that rebound right off the building into the Iberian swords. Lucky.
Stop now.
All right, Verni's still pushing. Chosen swords coming in on the Parthian swords and the Scutari here, but it's making it really hard. Cimmeria is just getting really nice shots, and that's making it hard for them to push much further forward than this, because if they get up to like this, the Cimmerian archers have a really good side shot on them. So kind of a difficult conundrum there for Arverni, trying to basically figure out how far he can really get in before he becomes in danger to the archers. Now, if they could maybe get the Cretans here from Egypt forward, they might be able to start taking a combat there. A combination of the Cretans and the Gallic hunters might be able to do something. Yeah, they're trying to get in combat, but every time they go forward, they take some pretty nasty losses. And Cimmeria is still shooting into him. 163 kills on this one here. It's taken some losses. I'm assuming, like, an archer volley from someone came in here. I'm not sure how else they lost anything. Oh, look at that. It got a grease through. So the Chosen Swords engaged the Parthian swordsmen, and then an Egyptian infantry greased right through the side. And I think he's going to do the same thing. So he engaged here again and takes the smaller unit around the side there. Nice move there by Arverni. I can't say names today, apparently. Arverni. Egypt. Not Egypt. Egypt. I can't, like, I don't know. Had a long day, guys. You know what I mean? It happens. Don't blame me. Don't judge. Chosen swords kind of backed off the Parthian swords. I'm not 100% sure why. Maybe they're just trying to get some consistent charge bonuses in. Oh, I think that's a bad idea by Parthia. Are they going to take it? Because if they do, Arverni's larger unit should have been able to wrap around there. That could have been a really bad thing for these Parthian swords. Same thing, now he engaged here, so this unit should try and get around it. There's a spot there. There is an opening. Are they going to try? I think the Parthian Sarmatian Lancers are going to try and sneak over here for the Macedonian Cretan archers. Nope, they're going back to the keep. Okay. The Parthian horses are going back to the keep. That's not a bad idea. You put them in the keep, keeps them kind of like hidden. Then you can kind of like decide to where to use them later on. Look at this, the Cimmerian archers moving this way. Probably going to take this fight against the Cretans here. Ooh, Javitas is coming in. Oh man, this thorax sword is just taking so much. Look at their shields. You know, some of those guys had 3-4 javies in their shields. Does Skutari moving forward. Up there it is. Chimera's archers. Oh, look at that volley, man. 40 missile damage, that's what it'll do. And the Cretans don't have that 40 armor. You know, 30 armor, or not 30, not 40, but 35 armor, sorry. The Chimerian archers have the 35 armor. Chimerian archers are pretty much the in-between of a Syrian archer and a Cretan archer. They get the improved missile damage of the Cretans, but they get the better armor of the Syrians. So that's why the Chimerians really get a better, you know, trade here, because they can tank some of the archer fire from the Cretans, while the Cretans are getting smacked by 40 missile damage. Now back over here, Galatian Royal Guard is actually in the combat already, so the Parthian swords are not going to last very long against that. Whatever archer fire they were using earlier, they better hope they've still gotten some to keep shooting, because that's going to be the best thing to use against that Galatian Royal Guard. But they're actually shooting over this way against Chosen Swords. They might have a better angle against the Chosen Sword, to be honest with you. Thorax Sword for Egypt looks like, well, maybe not. I thought maybe they were going to switch out there, but now here's all the archers. Now here's where the defenders have to be a little concerned, because that's a lot of archer fire, but if they're going to use it, they got to get it now. The Nubian bows are getting hit really hard by the Chimerian heavy archers, so you really need all of this archer power to start focusing in on probably, you know what? Yeah, the Chimerian heavies, and then probably move on to the Parthian foot archers. The big issue with the Parthian foot archers is going to be the armor. They only have 10, but they do get 40 missile damage. So, I think he's using precision. Yeah. So precision shot makes their missile damage go up to 48. That is one down. Well, not. So the downside to Chimerian heavies is that they don't get heavy shot, but they do get precision shot. Galatian Royal Guard is doing exactly what it needs to, just ripping through these Parthian swords. I will say, Egypt is taking quite a bit of losses here. Honestly, I think they are losing this. I think that the attackers are losing this archer fight. One issue is that Egypt can't seem to get one of his... I guess they are shooting. Kind of. Only a couple of the guys are shooting from it, but there's that precision shot from Chimeria, giving them the 48 missile damage. Oh, man. Nice volleys there from the Arverni Gallic Hunters. You can see Macedon, I think, made the right decision here. He fell back from that archer fight. It was not going well, and he is no longer just feeding troops into this. That's a bad idea. It was just too many angles. You know, you gauge this, then you can engage over here. There's just too many angles to attack that right now. So I think it was a smart idea to stop that attack, slow down a little bit. Slow down, wait a minute. All right, Royal Cataphracts here, hiding. I don't think the defenders actually know about or the attackers, I don't think they actually know about this unit right now. Steppe Archer, or the Steppe Lancers are just waiting. They're just circling like sharks. This one could be possibly thinking of like trying to sneak in. You know, maybe hoping like Macedon's not looking. Think exactly what he's doing. Nope, nope, don't go there. Oh, don't go there. No! Oh, Thracian warriors are a bad unit to go into for Cav. If you don't know, Thracian warriors get a bonus versus cavalry. Well, technically they get a bonus versus large and a bonus versus elephants, but the bonus versus large makes them very dangerous for cavalry. So that is something to be very careful with. So the Glacier Royal Guard actually are no longer engaged. They're actually being swapped out. Oh, that was a nice artillery hit. The Parthian artillery. It's a good clump here for Parthia to go against. And man, he's getting so close to some of these Glacier Royal Guard, which would be a huge hit for him. Ow! All right, Arverni broke through some Scythian hoplites, which means he can start engaging. Looks like some shots coming in and get some noble fighters. Those are going to be a tough thing to deal with here. Skutari, Parthian swords are doing pretty good, 124 kills. Yeah, I mean, some of I think the attackers are losing that archer fight pretty hard. What's this? Chosen Sword moving down the middle. Okay, so they already have some units. They've got Thorax Swords. Okay, 2 Thorax Swords, one from Macedon, one from Egypt. Engaging some Scythian Hoplites and Skutari. Chosen Swords are pretty good infantry units, so they should do pretty solid here. Over here, yeah, just nobody. They're not going anywhere. Macedon, look at this, yeah. Probably a smart idea. Macedon's going to come over here. That's probably why, is the... Macedon has something right here. I didn't catch what it was. But Parthia's Royal Cataphract General is coming over this way. He has revealed himself. Where'd the Steppe Lancers go? Did they end up, like, charging in and dying? Yep, that's like... Look. That's painful. I think this was another Thracian warrior. Let's see, where are the Thracian warriors? 33 kills and 78 kills on the Thracian warriors. One Macedonian Thorax Sword is breaking. Chosen Swords are in combat, though. They're up to 30 kills. I feel like my voice just really fluctuated at that point. The Arverni Chosen Swords are up to quite a few kills. Chosen Swords here. It's a pretty, not a fresh unit. I mean, they've lost 58 men now, but only 16 kills. Noble Fighters are going to do pretty good here. 59 melee attack versus a 62 melee defense. So, I mean, so the Chosen Swords do have a pretty good melee defense, but the Noble Fighters do have a very high melee attack. So that's an interesting combo there. Noble Fighters do 41 missile damage, Chosen Swords do 40. It's actually an interesting... So, you got 59 melee attack versus 62 melee defense, and then 64 melee defense versus 34 melee attack. So there's the big difference. Noble Fighters actually don't seem to hit the Chosen Swords very well. The Chosen Swords cannot hit the Noble Fighters because of that melee defense. 64 melee defense is just nuts. But now you've got the... oh, that's a Thorax Sword. Never mind. I thought it was the Galatian Royal Guard. I mean, the Thorax Sword's not going to do much better. It has 38 melee attack. A little less than the actually, far better melee attack than the Chosen Swords.
Double time.
Chimerian Nobles have actually moved over here, but here comes a slightly injured Parthian sword going to engage the Chosen Swords. Where are the Oathsworn? Oathsworn, I think, are still outside. There's one, the General, and then there's 2, so 3 of them in all. Archers have moved into this central area. And honestly, Chimeria, I think, is pretty low on ammo at this point. 176, 115, so this one might still have some ammo. The last one, 132, might still have some. Slingers over here, Iberian slingers for Aravaki. Parthian archers are nowhere to be seen, apparently. Ooh, the Parthian general actually came in. Actually got a couple of kills. And is returning to the city. While the Steppe Lance, or the Sarmatian Lancers are over here. I don't think they ever found out what is actually in this. I think the Royal Cataphract just bypassed it. But there was something in that forest still. And it was an infantry unit from the looks. Scythian Hoplites. Now, what's interesting is that the Chimerian player is not using formation attack, hoplite wall on these units. Look at the Chimera, or the Scythian Hoplites. They look very, very cool. Where are the Chimerian nobles? Chimera, I'm a big fan of them. Thorax swords are now in. Archers are doing pretty good damage into the back lines here. Still got Hillmen for Parthia. Interesting that they weren't some of the, first units that Parthia sent in. He used quite a bit of his Parthian swords, but really hasn't used any of his Hillmen at all. Now the noble fighters for Aravaki moving this way. Still got a noble fighter here. 131 kills, done pretty well there. Skutari, Parthian sword, 72 kills. Thorax sword is up there now. Where's the Galatian Royal Guard? Did the Galatian Royal Guard move all the way over here? That's a different unit. Maybe they lost it. They might have just lost the unit. Yeah, because I do not see it anywhere. The Oathsworn is actually leaving the settlement, and the defenders, ballistas, are trying to get some shots in on them. Basically going for a freak shot. There's the Galatian Royal Guard. 97 kills, lost 42 men. Thorax swords with 60 kills. Parthian swords with 98 now. Alright, Galatian Royal Guard is going to engage now. Probably what they should do at this point is he should be pulling this Thorax sword out and charging the Galatian Royal Guard in. Because what's happening at this point is basically this Galatian Royal Guard, one, didn't really charge in, and two, is basically stuck behind a bunch of these Thorax swords. So the Galatian Royal Guard really isn't getting the effectiveness that it should be. Still got a Chosen Sword back here. This Chosen Sword, unfortunately, has not got very many kills. The Averni Gallic Hunters have done pretty well here. 111, 135. This center, ooh, look at this. They actually were able to force a bit of a gap because of the Egyptian pikes. Sorry about that, guys. The Egyptian pikes actually have enabled them to push forward. But look at this. Oh, no. The Hillmen getting in behind the pikes, but the Averni Chosen Swords are going to try and stop them. But these pikes are not very good, man. They only have 30 base morale. So literally just the Hillmen getting back there broke them. Oh, man, that's rough. That's the downside to bringing a cheap pike, is you just don't know if you can keep them supported. Now the Glacial Royal Guard are going to go in on the Skutari unit. They've actually got a pretty good opening up in the center here, but to be honest, I don't see that they have much of a force to put in. They should be, if they want to take this center area, they got to put in there now. I think it's too late. The troops they had there are broken, so Aravaki is going to basically be able to re-engage and probably retake this center, especially since there are no pikes to stop them. I think the Chimeria should probably be pushing that noble infantry forward to basically help solidify that line and let the Skutari kind of do their work in killing. Now the noble infantry can do pretty well at getting kills. Right here, this is exactly what you should be doing. You got them in hoplite wall, use battle rhythm, and as long as they are in a place where they can't be flanked, where they can fully support themselves with their hoplite wall, they will do extremely well here. I mean, look at this. They're a hoplite unit with 45 melee attack. Now, that's with battle rhythm, but still, that is nuts. I think their hoplite wall formation kind of forced them forward a little bit here. I don't think the player meant to do this. It's just sometimes, I think right there he's probably fixing that. Hey, look at that, already 35 kills. Now over here, I mean, this is getting a little sketchy. You know, they've got the Skutari here, but that's about it. They also have the Egyptian pike here for the attackers that could cause some problems for the defenders here. Now look at this. They actually fell back, made a kill box. So now the defender's going to move forward. They've got one unit coming to the side, but it is a very small unit, 91 men only. And this unit is very, very compact. That's not what you want to see. You definitely want to see this unit be a little wider here for that charge. But my main concern, I think, of this unit's probably not going to last long enough. And what's going to end up happening is the Parthian sword's going to be able to flank into that chosen. Or that's an Oathsworn, actually. Arverni's probably going to have to pull this unit out. Chimerian Noble took some pretty bad injuries. I think it was actually due to that force through that the formation attack did. I think that caused him to lose quite a bit, so he took his general out of there, which I think is a good idea. Now over here we've got Glacial Royal Guard engaged, so that's a Royal Thorax. Royal Thorax sword, they look so cool. Pushing through into some Chimerian Noble infantry. Royal Thorax are pretty solid. They're pretty on par with a Silver Shield Swordsman. But, I mean, he's just going to get outflanked at this point. He's pretty much getting attacked by like 4 different units right now. Now over here, the Glacial Royal Guard doing, wow, 301 kills. They are being engaged now by a Noble Fighter. 202 kills on that one. Oh, look at this. The Parthian general going for a charge. Now, the downside is that, Arverni put himself in shield wall and was able to resist that. With testing, we actually found that, regardless of the unit, typically if they are in a settled position and in something like spear wall or shield wall or, whatever, they typically will stop just about any unit that charges into them, even if it's like a Royal Cataphract or a Sabaean Camel Cataphract. Even like Eastern Spears in their formation will pretty much stop them dead. They'll do damage, they will get some kills, but they don't typically do as much of a knockdown. Oathsworn 165 kills, 123 on the Chosen Swords. And then here comes the other Oathsworn. Going in against the Parthian Swords. Oh, ow! The artillery shooting his own men there. That killed like 8 guys. Chosen Swords are going to die. Oathsworn doing pretty well here. And then the Spear Noble General with the Egyptian pikes here as well. Really strong push over here. I think they're going to be able to push through this, and then they will be able to threaten the central area. At this point, the center here probably just needs to kind of hold. Probably not do too much more trying to advance into here. They do have a Royal Peltist engage, 100 kills now. Glacial Royal Guard, 330, going to go engage this Noble Fighter over here. This Glacial Royal Guard is doing very, very well. Honestly, starting to see some units start to fall back. Some Chimerian Nobles coming back. Got some Slingers back here as well. I guess the Nobles stopped there. But look at this. A big force of defenders freed up. Now they're going to start pushing back. They want to keep this central area. You can see that. The fact that they just continue to aggressively defend that area. Parthian General has been kind of annoyance. I wouldn't say he's doing too much damage at the moment. He might do some damage there. Yeah, he got about 7 kills in the charge. Glacial Royal Guard is pretty much kaput at this point. Chimerian Nobles down to 48 men. Royal Peltist 133 kills, but almost a little over half health. Iberian Swords 155. So that's the issue with the Royal Peltist. It's just completely surrounded, so he was taking a lot of losses. The Iberian Swords, they just got to be careful. But here we go. This is the big advance. Got multiple units, not really moving though. Not sure what this Oathsworn's doing over here. 297 kills though. What is this? Another Oathsworn, 142 kills. Got the Egyptian pike here. Yep, looks like a pretty strong fallback. Back to the keep. Fall back! Back to the second level! Retreat! Retreat! Aragorn, get your men out of there! Anyone? Quote the movie? What is the movie? Come on, come on. Let's hear it in the comment section. What is the movie? All right, and at this point, it really is just the attackers just getting set up for their final push into the keep here. So into the keep, let's look at this. You have two entrances. You've got here, and you've got here. I don't think that the attackers are going to send anything this way. I don't think they really have enough stuff to send this way. I think they are going to basically have to make a concerted push into one spot. Got Artie coming in. Is it? Oh, it's Aravaki who turned around and is shooting over in this direction. I can't think that Aravaki actually purposely left his artillery here. I think it's far more likely that he accidentally forgot to move it. Sometimes people will put it in different spots so that they can turn to face into the city, but I don't think that's the case here because this is a really far angle. Maybe they were thinking, okay, just in case they send troops over here, you might be able to get an angle that way. I'm not sure on that one. So already engaged over here, Glacial Royal Guard. Now we've got slingers up on either side. That is one scary part about this keep, is that the slingers do have a very good vantage point. You can see overlooking anything that comes up here. Looks like they're holding their ammo at the moment though. Look at that angle. I wonder... Ah!
Almost double time! Defensive positions! Advance at speed! By your command!
I don't know. I tried. I thought that might be a cool angle, but I don't think it worked. Ooh, look at this though. Some ammo still for the attackers. So because the defenders are holding here and here, it means that the attackers were basically able to get really nice side and back shots into that defense. And looks like on this, actually, they just pulled back most of their, like, you know, usable units. I think they left a small unit to kind of keep that side engaged, that they brought back their Chimerian Noble Infantry. Now this is going to be very tough, I think, for the attackers to get through here. The Chimerian Nobles are right where they want to be. They want to be in this kind of small choke-pointed area where they can stand unflanked. Now one downside is going to be that they've got some Oathsworn going against them. The Oathsworn is just a better unit. So you got Battle Rhythm and Headhunt going against this, just a standard, you know, Chimerian Noble. Now the Chimerian Noble right now has 76 melee defense, which is going to be hard to hit. Then the Spear Nobles coming in now. Royal Peltis for Macedon are also engaged. Still got a Noble Fighter, Scutari. It's like 3 Scutari, 1 Noble Fighter, a couple Slingers, a Young Axe, and then Parthia's General is still running around. You gotta be careful because they still have some archers here. And I think a couple of them probably still have ammunition. Looks like most are out of ammo, but Parthia's Gen being able to get through and wipe out all of this could be pretty effective for the army losses possibility. You know, kills are kills in the end, so being able to kill things like archers for pretty much free could be pretty useful. Qatari are actually finding a little window to throw into here. I mean, this is the tough part here. They actually did, well, no, okay, so the Chimerian Noble just pulled out there. and the nobles for the noble fighters for Aravaki went in. But the downside is this right here, which is the pikes. What I could see them doing, I could see what I would probably do is some sort of kill box. So something like this, you know, 3 lines like that. Have the slingers set up here, and then shoot into the pikes. I think that honestly would probably be the defender's best bet to deal with the pikes, because they technically are still engaged with them. I don't particularly know why. I think that's something you don't really want to be in on. And then Thorax Sword's going to push forward as well. Still got a pretty healthy Royal Peltis General. All the archers are moving forward. Oh no, another pike. Standard pike unit for Macedon. But that's going to be a bit difficult for the defenders to deal with. Then Gallic Hunters. Once again, I think you form a kill box. And I think they might be trying to do that at the moment. Like, it looks like a kind of a sloppy one at the moment that they're trying to set up. You know, something like that. No, not really. Because now they're throwing their young axes into it. No, maybe they threw the young axe in so they could then pull off the Chimerian Noble. All right, so the slingers, yep, shooting right at the pikes now. What kind of losses the pikes taken? Nothing quite yet. There might just be too many bodies around them for them to really be taking much damage. They've lost 3 now. Now the tough part is going to be that since Macedon also has a pike, oh, nice back charge right before the pikes got down by the Royal Cataphracts. 182 kills now on the Parthian Gen. I think that the Macedonian general probably needs to get up in here. Egyptian pikes broke. Oh, that's really big for the defenders. That was a huge issue for them. Getting them to break is actually a very, very, very big win for the defenders. But now the Macedonian pikes are going to go in. Now they are a better pike than the Egyptian pikes. Instead of 30 morale, they've got 45. So they will be slightly harder to break. They also have some Royal Peltist in support. Mercenary Thracian warriors trying to get some charges. Best way that they can use those Thracian warriors right now is cycling them in and out with these like Thorax Swords or the Oathsworn here. Oathsworn, 284 kills now. Thorax Sword is about to break though, 108 kills. 108 kills on the Thracian warriors too, nicely done there. Archers pulling back, I think they're trying to just keep them alive. Once again, don't need to add to the army losses. Actually got a unit through here. Thorax Sword is actually into the keep here, attacking some Chimerian nobles. Chimerian nobles aren't quite in position. But here we go, Scutari gonna come flank him. That's probably gonna end these Thorax Swords. This could be a cool. Actually really like that. The statue in the back here. But there the Thracian warriors go, getting into the Scutari. Gotten up to 169 kills, jeez. These hackers are doing, oh man, this is such a close fight. Look at the balanced power. It might slightly be in favor of the defenders, just barely. Iberian swords, Scutari. The Noble Fighter General is still in combat, 194 kills now. He's down to 68 men. Chimerian Noble's up to 99 kills. I'm not going to make the joke again. Scutari 189. What's the Royal Peltas now? 126. 342 on the Oathsworn. If the defenders had pikes, this would be like a done deal, I think. But I think the attackers having the pikes is making it very difficult for the defenders to really form up the way they need to defend this. Royal Peltas is going to sneak through here. He's trying to get in on the Scutari. Don't pursue any farther. No, don't do that. You're going to get out of position. There you go. Pull back. I think it's the right idea. If he keeps going through here, it basically is going to leave him open to multiple flanks. So he pulled back. I think that was the right idea. Scutari, the Noble Fighter Gen, is still in combat. He's got Headhunt on, but it's down to 44 men. The Chimerian Noble's 113 men, but about to die. It's only got 29. I think he's kind of in combat on the pikes, and that's just not good for him. It's not good for really any, you know, unit that's not a pike.
Send them screaming to the afterlife.
What are the pikes at now? 131 kills now. 106 men left. Looks like there's still some ammo left in these slingers, though. That could be difficult. We'll see how much ammo they have, if they've got enough that they can put a dent in those pikes or get them to break. All right, Royal Peltas is going to surround the Scutari here, but then get counter-surrounded by the Iberians. But he was able to actually countercharge the Iberians. Nice move. Then countercharges here by Scutari. 172 kills on the Royal Peltas now, but he's getting pretty badly dinged up here. He has 57 men left. And I don't know. I think that the defenders have a bit too much infantry left here. If they can get the pikes here to break, I think they've got it. The Oathsworn might be kind of tough to deal with, but maybe if they can get a good surround on the Oathsworn, they might be able to handle that. Oh man, it's so close. Because a lot of breaking on, like some multiple breaking on both sides. 2 Macedonian units, but now some Scutari breaking. Oof. Look at the pounds of power, even at this point. Even with this small of a force left, the pounds of power is almost dead even. Slipping towards the attackers, though, man. Look at this. It, like in the middle of me saying it, that bounce power adjusted. More breaking happening. Oh, but the Royal Peltas Gen is breaking as well. Look at this. The Oathsworn's breaking. I don't know, man. Look at this. Now the balance of power is back in the favor of the defenders. What? And they only have 1 pike left for the attackers. Oh, I think they're gonna. Oh man. I think what's gonna happen. The pike can't cover 2 spots. You can't cover the front and the back. So I think that's it. And he doesn't have pikes out anymore, anyways. So pike. Who's gonna break first? I think that's. Oh my God! The defenders pulled it out. What? That was very stressful at the end there. Like, I'm gonna have to like check my blood pressure after that. That was, whew, man. Let me get a breather real quick before we get into this. Like, holy crap! All right, so Parthia. Let's talk about Parthia. 2,377 kills. Okay, That's pretty good. Okay. Sarmatian Lancers 236, 159, 209 on the general. Two of the archers doing pretty well, two doing okay. Parthian swords all did very well. 232, 146, 136, 172. Pretty good there. Mexi here with Eravaki. We got 2,608 kills. Okay. So noble fighters, 257, 224. That's pretty good. One slinger got spanked by archers, assumedly. Then 141, and that's it. The other one did okay. Infantry, the Scutari, 159, 264, 226, 210. Really nicely done there. Then finally, B-Man as Chimeria with 14 and 14 kills. 1,414, sorry. Gen, not so great. Archers, look at that. 178, 240, really good. The other Chimerian Nobles, 163, 113. This one, not great. Scythian Hoplites, not great. That's fine. They did pretty good there. So the attackers here, Dagger as Egypt with 1,900 kills. His archers, three of them kind of got smacked. 161 on the general, did pretty good. Look at those Glacial Guard, 378 and 305. 201, 124 on the Thorax Swords. We got Paz here with 2,567 kills. 147 on Spear Noble. Two of his archers did pretty well there. And then his infantry did really solid. 162, 175, 208, 463, and 307 on the Oathsworn. Nice. DBK as Macedon with 2,327 kills. Got 230 to 232 on the Royal Peltis. 195 on the Ballista. His archers did really well except for that one. Pikes did all right. This one did really good. 269. His Thracian Warriors 162 and 117. That's really good. 162 is really nice for Thracian Warrior. 108 and 113 on the Thorax. I mean, that's not bad for a Thorax, I would say. But man, that was a battle, guys. That was a high intensity battle that was very, very close. Very, very close. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as I enjoyed it. It was very, very intense. And, I hope you guys liked it. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a comment down below. And please leave a like as well. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And you know what? Thank you guys so much for joining me for this battle. And we will see you guys next time.